What's wise out there, my people? What's wise? You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, this is wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. And I'm the wise guy who once was that fool. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Man, we're going to talk about this today, man. We finna get straight on into it, man, because I was sitting back listening to the Congress hearing and stuff, man. And I was hearing old Dr. Anthony, man, speaking about this COVID-19. You know where I'm coming from? I'm going to get off and tell y'all about this movie first, then I'm going to get back into what I was talking about, right? It was a movie called Mission Impossible. I think the star of this movie was Tom Cruise, I want to say. I think it was the very first one to come out, right? See, at the beginning of this movie, it was a doctor who came up with a disease in the lab, you know? He came up with the disease, and he also came up with a cure for the disease. You know, in this movie, Mission Impossible, right? So in the outcome of it, when the movie first come on, you had some people who wanted to come get this disease and spread it out to the people and sell the cure so they can make billions of dollars off of it, right? So what they did was bomb rush the doctor, and they got the disease. You understand what I'm saying? So here comes Tom Cruise. He had to come save the world in this movie. He had to come steal the disease back from them, you know, and go get the cure that they had and give it to the doctors so they can put it all together so they can come up with the cure for the disease. You know where I'm coming from? But at the end of the day, I'm going to come back to this Dr. Anthony, right? COVID-19. I was sitting back listening to it. He was pleading the fifth to every question. First, I think what they call that when the doctors, not the doctor, but the president give you something where you can't get locked up. I'm going to call it a get out of jail free card. That's what I'm going to call it since I can't come up with the name. Yeah, he got a get out of jail card. That's what he had. So in the end of the day, he got this card gave to him, dated in 1994. No, I said that wrong. I mean to say this, 2014. Yeah, I mean to say that. You know where I'm coming from? But anyway, I'm going to say this. As I was listening to this hearing, they was asking him questions about how this COVID-19 even came about. He couldn't even answer the questions, right? So I came up with my opinions. They said it didn't come from animals. My opinion right here, I'm thinking this disease was man-made. You understand what I'm saying? And then what I got to thinking about 2014, who was the president? Who was the president up to 2014 all the way to what we see today, right? And then I got to thinking this. Mr. Trump said it's the Chinese flu, and nobody even paid attention to him when he said it. Yeah, he said it's the Chinese flu. But let me get back to what I'm talking about, right? My opinion, they saying this disease was man-made, right? So imagine how much money that was made off of what they say, the cure of that disease. Let me say that, because I didn't say the word right. Yeah, imagine how much money that was made What they call that shot that everybody went around and took. Forgot what that's called too. Look it up. You'll understand what I'm saying. Yeah, but anyway, everything plead the fifth. A free get out of jail card. They were saying over 1 million people died. And the outcome of it all, a lot of people got paid, including the doctor, when he gets his free get out of jail card. But now imagine this. Somebody hungry. And all they want is a cheeseburger. But not even say a cheeseburger. Maybe all they want is a bag of chips, right? They run in this store and go get them a bag of chips and start eating it without knowing they ain't have the money to pay for it. Guess how much time they'll get for stealing a bag of chips. They ain't killed nobody. They just was hungry. But we're going to get off of that. We're going to get on something else. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to get on something else right here. We're going to talk about the elephant. We're going to talk about the donkey. And we're going to talk about the eagle today. You know where I'm coming from? Like we're saying, in my looking at everything, I be watching the Animal History Channel, and I be checking out when they be talking about the elephant. I check out how the elephant moves around. All that weight he have, so he kind of moves slow, you know. So the elephant, you hear the elephant come. You see the elephant how it move, the way it move, the game it have to play when it go hunt. You see everything that the elephant do. So I understand why the elephant moves the way that it moves. You understand what I'm saying? And the outcome, if you're not paying attention to the way the elephant move, then that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? So let's get on the donkey now. See, the donkey know how to blend in. Yeah, the donkey know how to blend in. You know where I'm coming from? See, sometimes, you know, if you're looking at the donkey from far away, you may think it's a horse or something like that. You know how they got them miniature horses? I forgot what they call them. Yeah, you might think it's a horse from far away. You have to get up on it. You know what I'm saying? To actually see that it's a donkey. You know where I'm coming from? So what I'm saying is the donkey play a lot of tricks on you if you ain't understanding how the donkey move. Sometimes the donkey do certain things that make the elephant look bad. See, there's no way you can make the elephant look bad when the elephant is that big and everybody see how it move. So basically what I'm saying is, why point the finger at the elephant when the donkey moves just as worse than the elephant? It try to play both sides. You know where I'm coming from? But we're going to get off the donkey and get to the eagle, right? See, the eagle got the hawk eyes. Flies around, look at everything. It's been around for years. And years and years and years it's been around. You know? It's been around so long to where it remember a lot of things that happen and how it happened and the way it happens. But one thing about it, the eagles can't come together. See, the eagles out there hunting, and the way certain things happened back in the days to separate the eagles, you know, they hunt and search for different things in different ways. You understand what I'm saying? And the outcome of that, the eagles don't agree like the ants do. See, the ants agree with each other. That's the reason why they work together. So, but the eagles, they don't. They just fly around and hunt and do what they do. You know where I'm coming from? So once the eagles understand how powerful it is. Birds with the feathers flock together. You is who you hang around. So what I mean by that is this right here. It's only one way to do what's right. It's only one way to do what's wrong. No matter how it is. It may be 10 different meanings to what's right, and it may be 40 meanings to what's wrong. But it's only one way of doing it, you know? So the outcome of it all is eagles have to be able to agree on that one way of flying. So the birds with the feathers can flock together. You understand what I'm saying? Because the donkey then already showed that it's playing both sides. And like I say about the elephant, it moves slow. So you understand how it moves. But we're going to get off of that and get on this right here. Personal glory. You know where I'm coming from? A lot of these things that's going on out here back in the days, even right now today, it's all for personal things. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, personal glory. Go look that up when you understand why I'm saying this right now. So you got dominoes turning over right now all because of personal things. So the outcome of this is like this, right? Paintbrush had a son. Paintbrush wasn't done right. So you see what I'm saying? So the outcome of it, the way Paintbrush moved around, it wasn't done the way it's supposed to be done, right? So let me say it that way. So the outcome of Paintbrush moving around the way it moved around, it got took advantage of and lost certain things that it lost. And the son watched it. Yeah, the son of Paintbrush had to watch his father get done the way he got done. So now here comes the personal glory. Well, let's go conquer all the Creoles. You understand what I'm saying? And once we conquer all the Creoles, we can put them all in a box. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah, so if you ever notice some Creoles you have to go buy in every store, they're in a box, ain't they, with all different colors. All for personal reasons. They're not spread it out. You know where I'm coming from? They're in this box for personal reasons. So the outcome of it, they're able to control the way the Creoles come out the box. You have to pick the color you want to pick it up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So if you want a yellow that day, you can go get that yellow. You want a green, you go get that green. You know where I'm coming from? You want a brown, you go get that brown. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm in riddles on my show today. You know where I'm coming from? See if y'all can understand these riddles. Since y'all guys read all these riddles and think y'all have answers to them, I'm going to see if y'all have answers to this riddle. Yeah, I'm going to see if you have answers to this riddle. But I'm always here to ask me some questions whenever you guys want to get the answers to these riddles. But what I'm saying is this right here. Personal glory. It's what the son tried to go do. Now, I ain't going to say he tried, it's what he did. You understand what I'm saying? And then they go back to this right here. I'm going to get off of this. It goes back to this right here. I'm going to get off of it because I'm going to get too deep in it. Well, we're going to get on this right here. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get on this right Here, you know where I'm coming from? To admit, you know where I'm coming from? Once you're able to admit, I'm gonna break this down to you guys. Once you're able to admit, you get answers, right? The answers you receive out of admitting to what you done, right or wrong. My opinion, I feel you're only gonna get 2 answers out of that, right? And the first answer I think you will get is this: change your ways, right? The second answer I think you'll get is this: well, I say the first one was change your ways. Let me go back to what I'm on. Okay. Change your ways. That's the first one. The second answer you'll get is this right here: choices and decisions. You understand what I'm saying? And let me explain that first one. Let me explain the second one first. Choices and decisions, right? Once you're able to admit what you done wrong, you'll know. The answers will come to you that you know you made a bad choice and a decision on what you done. So the outcome of this right here, you will receive the answer. If you're not pointing fingers, you'll receive the answer or start making better choices and decisions. So it's almost like whatever is your type, when you made that bad choice and that bad decision, that's not your type. So now you have to understand what is your type, so you can make better choices and decisions. You understand where I'm coming from? So now I go back to the first one I said: change your ways. So if you're not pointing fingers on this one, you're able to go look in the mirror and say this: if I didn't move like a snake, if I didn't move like a bird, and if I wasn't smiling like an alligator, and if I wasn't trying to bite them like a mosquito, they wouldn't have done nothing to me. So the answers you receive now is this: you have to change your ways. So once you change your ways, people will understand you, who you is, and what you are all about. Yeah, they will probably remember the things that you used to do when you was a alligator, a bird, and all that stuff. They'll probably remember all that stuff. But the outcome of it all is your ways will be changed. So then the outcome of that is this: it goes back to now, if you understand that you are a superhuman. And what I mean by that, God is inside you. So it was a riddle. And here go the riddle, what was said: I forgive you if you come to me and apologize, right? You understand now what I just said? I forgive you for anything when you come ask me for forgiveness. You understand what I'm saying? So once you realize that you was, like I said, alligator, the snake, the bird, the mosquito, and all that, you will call people up on the phone, or you will go up on there and knock on their door and apologize for trying to bite them, apologize for crawling around trying to size them up, apologize for smiling in their face knowing you didn't even care. You'll start doing all that stuff because that's what the superhumans and the God inside of you allow you to do. So then the other people who have the same God that inside of them will forgive you. You understand what I'm saying? And those who not able to forgive you, they haven't found God inside them yet. So what they say, hurt people, hurt other people, right? But your mission is your mission. It's asking for apology for those that you done wrong. Once you have admitted and said it and looked in the mirror and came up with the answer. See, once I said this, I said, man, cut that out. I shared that for a reason. Experience teach you more than a book, right? Yeah, experience will teach you way more than a book will teach you. So I'm gonna go back and say this, right? They say create. Who's to create? Who, how, and who create, right? You have some people who have kids. Then you create them kids. Then you have a situation to where you created too. If you didn't have kids, you still was created by somebody, right? Wasn't they created by somebody? Wasn't they created by somebody? So it's almost like this. You have to ask yourself, why was Paintbrush so mad? And why did the sun do what it have to do? You understand what I'm saying? It goes back to what I'm talking about. Once you're able to admit and understand who you is, what you about, you'll understand it all. And the mission is this right here. You have certain, I'm gonna go back to this one right here. You have magic marker. Let me say this one. Magic marker, right? Has been doing so much magic, right? The magic and all the magic for so long. So now certain people is recognizing the way magic marker is. You understand where I'm coming from? So the outcome of magic marker, you have certain people coming out of it in different ways. Maybe because magic marker played too many, tried to pull rabbits out the hat at the wrong time. Maybe because magic marker chose to gain the world and lose itself. You understand what I'm saying? Only magic marker know why he tried to pull the rabbit out the hat. Maybe he already spoke it out loud already if people was listening to him. Yeah, if people was already listening to a magic marker and already said the reasons why. Yeah, magic marker already said it. But we didn't, some people didn't hear magic marker when it was speaking the way it was speaking. So some people took it too personal. So it's almost like this. Like I say, emotions tell the truth about everything. Tells you what you have your heart in. Let me say it that way. Yeah. Emotions tells what you have your heart in. So if your emotions is not in certain things, your heart is not in it. You know where I'm coming from? So you have some people say, well, they're very emotional because they love what they passionate about, what they do and how they do it. You know where I'm coming from? But what I like about some emotional people is that some of them can be teachable. you know. Some of us is not stuck in our own ways. You have some, like Magic Marker, stuck in their ways. They're not teachable at all. So the outcome of it, they have Crayolas turning on them. See them Crayolas out the box, it's coming out the box and turning on them now. So the outcome of this, now he got to invent something else. So here come another magic trick. They robbed me for everything. But you know, some people so built up on listening to the negative things and want to hear about the negative things that gives the spotlight and the views on certain things. You know where I'm coming from? So all you have to do is say it and present it in a certain way, like the Magic Marker do, playing the tricks on the people again for the views. Let me get up off of that though and get on something else. You know where I'm coming from? And this go both ways when I'm finna get on. I ain't gonna leave it in one way. It go both ways. Your very first relationship, man or woman. But I'm speaking of my point of it in a man because I can't speak about a woman. But I'm going to say a man. Well, most women, if they're real about what they're saying, goes back to what I keep on talking about, admitting. You understand what I'm saying? So if you're able to admit, you receive the right answers. Not pointing fingers. Pointing fingers put you in the shell that I'm finna get ready to talk about. You know what I'm saying? So look, like this. Your very first relationship with your woman. If it went good, you stayed with her. I got a few of my homeboys that was with their woman. They wives right now today, but they was with them ever since elementary, high school to right now they married. Because it was what it was. You know where I'm coming from? It wasn't no games and nothing attached to it. Everything gonna have its ups and downs and its darks and its lights. You know where I'm coming from? The only thing about it is can you stick around and make it right? You understand what I'm saying? So let me get back to what I'm saying. Your very first relationship, when it goes bad, this is what I didn't do. But this is what I see a lot of people doing. When it goes bad, some people put themselves in a box. You know what I'm saying? When they put themselves in this box, they start pointing fingers instead of admitting. So in this bad relationship, you either made a bad choice or you was just a bad person. You understand now where I'm coming from? I said first relationship. I didn't say this third, fourth, and fifth one. I'm saying the first one. You either made a bad choice or you was just a bad person. This is the reason why I was talking about admitting at the earlier of the show, because I wanted to get to this right here. Now, when you ain't able to admit to that, your first relationship after it goes bad, you put yourself in the box, right? And you start pointing fingers at everything. You know what I'm saying? So that first woman that you meet, you know where I'm coming from? After your breakup, you start looking at that woman just like the last woman you had, when she ain't moved or nothing. So if you go look in the dictionary book, you know, you have all these words in there, and ain't too many words that you can use that's different out here as long as you make it up yourself. You know where I'm coming from? So that's why you had the word bling bling that got added to the dictionary book. But all the other books and all the other words is already in the dictionary. So you can't judge the next woman by the way she speak. You know where I'm coming from? Because like I said, ain't too many words. But you have some of the fellas that oh, she says this or she said that, so I can't. Just like you have the women too. You know what I'm saying? You have these women doing the same thing. Oh, he said this the way this other guy said, and the other guy played on me, so I can't talk to this guy. You know where I'm coming from? Well, he moved like this, or he moved like that, the same way the guy played. See, them what I call hurt people. You know where I'm coming from? So you got hurt men and you got hurt women out here. Because they haven't admitted to if they needed to change or if they made bad choices. Some of them said, F it, I'm gonna stay the same. I'm gonna be who I wanna be. But still trying to date. Just like the women too. And then what us men do? See, it starts with, see, I don't like to do no name calling, so I'm gonna use, it started with, well, I'm gonna use these names. You know where I'm coming from? It started with Tanya, you know where I'm coming from? That's the first woman you started dating, right? And then it turns to Michelle. You know where I'm coming from? Then after Michelle turns to Felicia. After Felicia, it turns to who? Jennifer. You understand where I'm coming from? Because then you trying to go somewhere else with it. You understand where I'm coming from? Then after Jennifer, it jumped to Brandy. You know where I'm coming from? But you never changing your ways. Just like the woman too. It goes to Tony, Tommy, Johnny, Jimmy, Hemi, Hammy, Jammy, Hammy, all kind of names. Never with that woman changing her ways. So then this is what you have. The church getting filled up with people now trying to go find themselves. God's told me to do this and God told me to do this. God told me to do that. This is what you're hearing today from people my age. You know, you don't hear from the younger generation. I'm not talking about them because they still doing what they do. You know where I'm coming from? Yeah, I'm talking about God told me to do this and God told me to do that now. You know what I'm saying? And if you ain't gonna marry them, then they not having sex with you. The guy's saying the same thing. Well, if you ain't looking towards a marriage, then it's a bunch of game in that too. You know where I'm coming from? Now they just using the word God. You understand what I'm saying? So it goes back to this right here. Like I was explaining at the beginning of this show. If you ain't able to admit to what you're doing wrong or right, you're not going to receive the right answers. If you're pointing fingers, you're going to put yourself in a box and think everybody you meet moves the same way as the first person that done you wrong. You ain't looking to change yourself because you pointing fingers. You ain't went in that mirror and looked at yourself and said, I need to change my ways. And if you looked at yourself and said you need to change your ways and you're getting the same outcome, then what type of ways is you changing? See, if you didn't really change your ways, that energy is going to be felt by everyone. See, that's what keeps things together, good energy. You know where I'm coming from? If you're walking around in bad energy, someone in good energy don't want to be around you. You understand what I'm saying? But if they know you have good energy, someone else with good energy gonna love to be around you. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's what everybody's rocking on frequencies now. Well, that's what we've been rocking on, what we just didn't know. Well, we know this today. You understand now where I'm coming from? So before we get on up out of here, I'm going to say this. There's 9 ways to skin a cat. You know where I'm coming from? That's a riddle. No, we're not born dead. There's 9 ways to skin a cat to make them feel like they dead. You understand what I'm saying? I was explaining to you guys about the obstacle. I done gave a few of the obstacles out to y'all if y'all done heard the show. You know? I talked to you guys about the race. The race is when everything's being taken from you and you have to pay for it back without no say-so about it. You know where I'm coming from? You get to the finish line, you win. If you stay stuck in them obstacles, you stay stuck there. Nobody can pull you out of them. You understand what I'm saying? So it goes back to what I'm trying to share with you before I get up out of here about this cat. Who did they say was the king of the jungle? Right? A lion. A lion is a cat. It's the biggest cat you gonna get. King of the jungle. Where's the jungles located at? Africa, ain't it? So the lion is the king of the jungle. The first human skin was found in Africa. That's the riddle. So it's 9 ways to skin that cat. We wasn't born dead. It's 9 ways to skin a cat to make them feel that they dead. You understand what I'm saying? And only people that's good only get rewarded by the God that's inside of them. So you wonder why you're able to breathe the fresh air without sucking in pollution. That's your reward. You understand what I'm saying? So don't look for reward from someone else when you're able to breathe in oxygen. Yeah, I'm in reels today on this show today. I'm going to see if y'all can break them. 9 ways to skin a cat. Don't feel like that cat and feel like that you a dead person. Was born alive. Was born able to create. Was born superhuman. To turn water into wine. To grow a seed into a tree. Also, to help the blind walk across the street. Yeah, this is wise thoughts, wise moves, wise clues for you guys to be wise too. Ha ha! And I'm the wise guy who once was that fool. Yeah, before I get up out here, I'm gonna say this right here. Go check out that boy J Trials. And I'm gonna keep saying this until we drop it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep saying this until we drop it. Yeah, trials and tribulations coming out real soon. And your boy, the wise guy, produced it. You know what I'm saying? I swear to God on my blunt. And I'm up out of here. Ha ha.